Hey, welcome back to Nightly Nonsense. We've talked the last two nights about disappointment. So let me flip that. I was telling somebody a little bit earlier that my heart was filled, right? Like my heart is filled. There's my question for you tonight. I know last night's Nightly Nonsense went way long because I just kept telling you terrible story after terrible story of me. So let me tell you some simple things and then be done early tonight. Let you go home early. Every time a teacher would say, "Hey, I think we can let you go early." That was a great thing, right? Filled hearts. Let me go back to that. What fills your heart? What makes your heart happy? What is it that when you're sitting, when you're standing, when you're looking at, you're just, oh, yep, I'm content. I am happy, right? Is it blue raspberry snow cones? Right, that's not shallow, by the way, because people are always wanting to say that. That's not shallow to say that a blue raspberry snow cone makes you happy. Right? It's not wrong. It's not wrong that when you're sitting in your snuggle chair, right, with your favorite blanket, right, and you got your favorite pets around you, right, and you're just snuggled in, and you got coffee and a hot chocolate, right, blue raspberry hot chocolate. We need to see if that's a thing. Somebody tell me whether blue raspberry hot chocolate is a thing, because I've never thought about it until this moment in life, right? Is your heart filled in those moments? Are you just content? You're looking around going, you know what? Life is okay. Are you happy enough that you could say, you know what? This is the rest of my life, and I'm okay with it. I'm good with it. I'm great with it. Those moments, they come and they sneak up on us, don't they? Where we're just sitting and all of a sudden we're looking at a moment and going, yeah, I'd really like to stay in this moment forever. This moment would be fantastic. This moment, life doesn't get any better. If your heart isn't filled, then the question is, why? How come? Let not your hearts be troubled, right? Is what Jesus said. Like, guess what? You can be content and your heart can be filled even when Jesus goes on to say, yeah, in this world you're going to have trouble. But here's why our heart is filled. Because Jesus goes on to say, but take heart, I have overcome the world. Right? Don't let your hearts be troubled. Right? I know that things are tough at work. I know that things are tough at home. I know that things are tough at your church. I know that things are tough listening to this nightly nonsense. I know these things. And God says, take heart. Let your heart be filled. Why? Because I've overcome all of this. I got this. Do you know what offsets fear? Do you know what makes fear go away? A filled heart. You know, your heart has like this half and half thing going on. It's like the teeter-totter thing, right? It's fear and fullness of God. And they go like this. And there's some moments where we just think God is just everything and he's great. And I love God. Everything's great. Nothing can be worse. And then, like Elijah, somebody says, I'm going to kill you. And we run away. And then what happens? Our heart is filled with fear. Every day, there's this balance, this scale going on in your heart, right? Between fear and the fullness of God. And God says, don't let that happen. Don't fear. Right? Now, again, I'm saying this because it's convictional to me and I'm only really talking to me. But, right, when your heart is filled, those moments, take those moments. Why is your heart filled? Well, because I'm totally surrounded by the love of God. I'm good. I'm in a good place. Why are you fearful? Because I've walked out from being totally surrounded by the love of God. Not because God's walked out on me. I've decided I'm going to focus on the winds and the waves like Peter did. What better place in the world could you be in than to look at Jesus and say, Jesus, if it's really you, call me to you. Help me come to you. Tell me to come to you. And Jesus looks and says, Annie, come to me. Right? And you're walking towards him and your heart is just full and you're great and you can walk on water. But then what does the enemy immediately do? He brings up the fear. It's like, oh, no. I do not want your heart to be filled. I don't want your heart to be filled. I want it to be filled with fear, right? So tonight, very simple. Is your heart full? Is it filled it up? I really want to make up a word right there. That's the pause. The dramatic pause is for philolizationalism, like type of thing, right? I want to fill. Like, it's the idea of filling your heart. Fill it up. Have you been filled it up is a fantastic title, right? And if you're not filled it up, why? Why are you not? Is it because you've been overcome by fear? When Jesus said, take heart, don't do it? That's you. That's God. You figure it out. Are you filled up? We'll see you next time. Nightly Nonsense.